So we have Antoni Kyprios with us here, and I would like you to tell me a few words about what you do and why you're here.
Yes, well, I'm a deal maker on what's known as the Global Entrepreneur Program, which is sponsored by the British government. So we're a group of 12 entrepreneurs from the UK and abroad that are challenged with bringing the world's best entrepreneurs and early stage ventures to build their global businesses from a UK base.
Great. So are you also involved in the internationalization of companies as well, or?
Oh, absolutely. So the first thing that we do is to bring them and open up our networks to them and give them our credibility. If we believe in them, we think they're market ready and they're companies of exceptional potential. But the most important thing for us is to help them break into the global markets, be it USA or Japan or wherever. We have 171 trade offices around the world, in cities around the world, and we can give them access to all those resources.
Perfect. So when you came here, okay, it's a nice place. Sitges is a nice place. But what attracted you to this conference? Why are you here?
Well, the first thing I saw was there's a gap in the market. There's quite a lot of things that focus on very, very early stage. But in terms of the later stage, there's a gap before exit. And that was the first thing that attracted me. The second thing is Farley has a very great reputation in the industry for running these events, so I knew of him for the last 10 years. And the last thing I'd say is that there's just a great number of people here that I know personally. There's a great high-quality audience, and it's, as always, the audience that makes the conference and the event.
Great. So when you think about gathering together, okay, you know, we're going to come up with a survey after this event, of course, and we're going to ask people what they think. What are some of the things that you would like to see in an event like this? I mean, does anything pop to mind right away?
Well, I think it's got to be great. It's got to have great topics and robust discussions. So I don't want to hear people just backslapping themselves and saying how great they're doing. I want to see people get into the teeth of the matters and having the proper debates. For example, the panel just now, music, was one of the best panels I've seen in a long time, and entertaining too. So I think it really opened up a lot of people's eyes and got to the crux of the matter and where the complications are, and with people that really know their subject. So I was very impressed.
And what about the interactivity involved? Like, you know, you ask the audience questions and things like that. I mean, what about it being an interactive?
Well, the worst thing is if there isn't enough of a debate, you just hear wind in the audience without anybody asking questions. But there was a lot of debate, there was a lot of questions, and the panels were carefully selected and answered very well. So I think everybody came out with some level of enrichment and knowledge from it. And also I saw lots of people following up and making networks and actually discussing real business.
And have you been to a lot of events? And if so, how does this one differ from what you've seen so far, if not?
Well, I get invited to a lot of them, and I'm trying to be selective of where I go, because otherwise you spend all your life going to events and not doing any work. But it's obviously halfway through, so we've seen the first day. I see a lot of familiar faces, people that are, movers and shakers really in the industry, whether it be industry leaders, corporates, or investors. And for me, I think it's delivering so far. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Sometimes you don't look forward to tomorrow in conferences, but this time I am. So yeah, I think it's been really good so far.
Good to have you here. Good to have you here.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Pleasure to have me.